Let's now see how we can calculate the floor values. And as you'll see in the example, it returns the largest integer not greater than the number. So what I mean by that is we'll get the integer part and it'll drop the decimal part. So let's say we have a tensor tf.constant. Again, that depends on the case, so we will try all of these positive, negative, 0.1, 0.5, 0.9, and then we have 1.1, 1.5, 1.9, so 1.5, 1.9, and we have float, inf. Those are the values we have. Now to convert it to floor it, we'll type tf.math.floor x, and we can print the values z.numpy, and in the output we see that all of these values were floored. That is essentially this decimal part is kind of ignored, and we just have these values which are 0, and then for these values we get 1, and for infinity it stays as is. What if we try to add? So let's copy these two values, and I'm going to put a negative sign in front of those values. So if we try minus and now run this, what we get is this value is dropped in a negative sense, so it becomes -1, and this value is dropped in the sense it becomes smaller than this value, and it drops to -2. And so with this floor there are other operations along with this, and one of them is floor division. So if we let's type the code tf.math.floor division, and in this we get a rounding off, and so for this we'll copy this entire thing, or we'll create another tensor. Let's create another tensor. X is equal to tf dot constant 1 comma 20, and then the next tensor we have y, that is equal to tf dot constant, and here we have the values 2 comma 4, and now we can perform the floor division. tf.math.floor division x comma y, and we can print the values of z.numpy, and so in the output we see that the floor division, so 1 divided by 2 we get 0.5. So what we have here is just the 0 part, and we do not have the 0.5 part. Again, 5 divided, so this 4 divided, this is 20, so we get 20 divided by 4 is 5, and we get the 5. If we change this to 21, then we still should get the 5. We get the 5, and we drop the decimal part. In ideal case, what we would have expected is a value which is 5.25, and we just have 5. Now, talking about these, if we have a negative number, then when we divide -1 by 2, and if we're performing the floor division, we would expect the actual value. So let's put a -1 there, divided by 2, we would get a value of -0.5, but because this is a floor division, the output is -1. So we, as the name suggests, we are rounding off to the most negative integer value in this case. So we are falling back because this is a negative value. So, and yeah, so that's what this is. -1 is smaller than -0.5 because it's away from 0. Likewise, there is another method again based on the floor, which is called floor mod. And for that, let's create another cell here, and type tf.math.floormod. And here what we are going to do is we are going to take values. Let's say we have values 3 and 6. We have values 3 and we have the value of 6. And now we are going to use the integer value of 2 to perform the division, and we get the modulus value floor mod, and this has the inputs of x and y. And so in the output we get 1, because when we divide 3 by 2 we have 1 in the remainder, and that's the 1. When we divide 6 by 2 there is no remainder, and therefore we get a value of 0. So what this essentially is doing is as follows: this returns element wise remainder of division, and that's what we have down here. If we change the values, let's say if we have another set of value, let's say we have a 7 and we have a 14, we know that uh, 7 divided by 2, it's going to have some remainders, and so that remainder is right here. And if we divide 14 by 2, there are no remainders. 7 2s are 14, and so we have a 0 here. So that's what we have in this video, where we looked at floor, then we looked at floor division, and we looked at floor mod using the math library in TensorFlow. If you have any comments or suggestions, please do let me know in the comment section below. I hope to see you all in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe, as it helps me stay motivated to bring this new content for you all from the docs. Explain it so that it helps you learn TensorFlow or coding in TensorFlow. Thank you.